Hello, today is June the 12th, 2021. We always start with our disclaimer, review our calls, and make our predictions. It's my trading plan for Monday, June 14th, 2021. I can be completely wrong, so all trades should be at your own risk. Please follow the rules of my channel. If you like the channel, tell your friends and click like. Look for the pattern with the early low, which is here. Monday, I believe, will also have the early low. We had a higher price target, and that printed 42.43.55. We had Thursday's high right of the trend line. We said either we gap over the trend line or the trend line wins, so we didn't gap over it, and we got the decline. We have a wall into the close, and this price is a Fibonacci target of a prior pattern. So there's a good chance we could get down Monday under this low, and if we do, it's pretty negative. But when you're this close to an all-time high, it doesn't always work. People read their paper over the weekend, decide the market's going up, decide to buy Monday morning. When it happens on a Friday, it doesn't always work for the same reason. So I think there's a 50-50 chance we gap probably under this low, it should be negative, and the 50-50 chance we just continue higher. We'll know by the open, we don't have to guess. During the day, MEJT, when the market was dropping, so the higher prices were coming. The minimum printed immediately, but even though we didn't have to go up as much as we did, certainly argued against continuing to hold short. The weekends when we always look at the longer term picture, so let's do that. As far as time is concerned, we have a low to high coming in on Tuesday. FOMC meeting is Wednesday. It's hard for me to see a peak a day before the meeting, but it wouldn't be hard for me to see a peak on the day of the meeting. It should be June 17th, which should be close enough. We should say historically, late June is a negative period for the market, but the 4th of July week is typically very positive. So we at least have reason to look for a peak in the middle of next week if we continue higher, followed by a drop, followed by another rally. We don't have to risk money on this yet until we get confirmation, but it's a reasonable historical pattern. As far as price is concerned, I can't come up with the top being in here, even though there are some things I don't like. For one thing, the volatility index is the lowest it's been in over a year. The percentage of stocks with bullish patterns actually dropped as the market was going to new highs, but those aren't really precise timing indicators. As far as price is concerned, we don't know if this is the right count, but if it is, and if we have a wave black C equal to black A, it tops out somewhere in the 43.50s. And if we have magenta C equal to magenta A, tops out in the same place. And 43.56 is the score of 66. I don't use this as much as other people, but what Gann liked to do is he could change a decimal point here and then score the number. He apparently liked whole numbers. So somewhere here or perhaps a little bit higher. I've got some things in the 43.60s. You've got a place where there's balance of the waves, and somewhere next week you have a place where there's some time confluence. That doesn't mean we're going to hit this price in the middle of next week at all, other things may work too. But if we should hit this price in the middle of next week, it's one place, perhaps not the only place, where we could see at least a reversal for the short term. Of course, if we get down early Monday, I don't see any way we're going to hit this price in this time, but I've been wrong before. Monday's pattern has the early low. We could gap up. The wall into the close often gaps down on Monday's open. Should it do so here, be short-term negative. I'd expect further declines. When you're this close to an all-time high, there's a 50-50 chance we continue higher instead. The odds are even higher when the wall occurs on a Friday. Late moves Fridays tend to follow through. Longer term, the bullish percentage of stocks in the SPX dropped, so breadth isn't confirming the rally. The old volatility index hit its lowest price in over a year, excessive bullishness. MEJT, other indices aren't confirming the new highs. That being said, I can't find the wave count which says the high is in. Doesn't mean there isn't one I haven't seen. If we rally strongly enough next week, time and price will come together. Be a logical place for a high, at least in a short-term basis. Could be quite tradable. I had one comment last week that says I'm always looking for a top. Well, I have lower targets. And I know from the past they'll always print, or at least they'll print over 99.5% of the time. I have a move down I'm calling an impulse. I have a move up, which other people are calling an impulse, but which is too overlapping for me to call an impulse, and which I think counts as threes and not fives. So if that's right, there should be another move down like this. Now where it comes, I don't know. There have been any number of places along the way I could have justified it, but until some of these lows fall, there's no confirmation. But I'm looking for a wave blue C, and if it hasn't happened, it hasn't happened. It doesn't affect me too much, since until it's confirmed, I don't have to hold anything overnight. So we have the pattern on Monday, which should have the early low. If we gap down under this low, it should lead to lower prices, perhaps significantly lower. If we continue higher, the next higher target I have is about 3% higher and could come as early as the middle of next week. Just because it has balance in time and price, it doesn't mean it has to happen. But if it happens, it's a place where you should have your antenna up and look for a reversal, which because of the late June pattern could be significant. So we'll just pencil those things in. We'll see how we open on Monday, and that's today's call.